So we're at the Ela Township Historical Society in Lake Zurich, Illinois. It's June 2018, and today we'd like to speak with Dick Price, who is a long-term resident of Lake Zurich, find out what it was like growing up in Lake Zurich. So how long have you been working with the Historical Society?
I started in 2003.
So 15 years.
15 years now I've been with them, yeah.
And I'm sure there's been a lot of changes since you walked in the front door.
You bet. It's been a real fun experience and very educational, and working with a great team of people.
Yes,
I'm very proud of that. So, and I enjoy digging to the past, seeing how people struggled and worked together. And Lake Zurich has always been a nice community to live in and be with.
I would agree with that, yes. So what was it like growing up as a small child?
Very interesting. I was very small. You knew everybody in town. And if you got in trouble, your folks knew about it before you got home. So I tried to behave myself as much as I could.
What year did you move to Lake Zurich?
We moved in here. I was only a 2-year-old.
Oh.
I moved in 1938.
1938.
Yeah.
And where did you live in Lake Zurich?
We lived on the south side of Lake Zurich. Actually, it was the old Kickerbacker ice house company.
An ice house?
Yeah, it was really the office. We had the old office there, and it was like just a 4-room downstairs.
Nice warm house, was it?
Not so warm.
How many stoves did you have?
We had two stoves, 2 coal-burning stoves.
Coal?
Yeah. And
whose job was it to bring the coal in?
As we got older, my brother and I took turns doing that. We had 5 buckets of coal a day.
5 a day, and that would keep the house warm in the winter?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes you had to use a little more.
Okay. Did you have any jobs growing up in Lake Zurich as a child?
Yeah. First we started doing chores around the house, like mowing. We had a half acre of lawn, so we mowed that by hand. And fortunately, we didn't use fertilizer, so it didn't grow quite so fast. But we use a 12-inch push mower.
A push mower?
Yeah, and that would take us.
That was a workout.
That was a workout. So I'm glad my brother did half and I did the other half.
Did you have any after-school jobs or before-school jobs?
Yeah, one of the things that we still was in the country those days, and we got raw milk actually from Lee Landmer. He lived down the road about a mile off of Whitney Road up there.
What's there now?
That's right now is the old Paulson Park.
Paulus Park?
Yeah, Paulus Park.
Okay, that was a farm.
That was a farm, yeah.
Oh.
And they had milk cows up there, and every other day we would ride our bicycles or walk and get milk. So.
Okay, I understand you also had a paper route.
Yeah, I got that. I think I inherited from my brother. He had it and didn't like it that well, so I worked for James Frank's news agency here in Lake Zurich.
And what's that now? That building's still there?
Yeah, I think it's still there. It's a photography office shop right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I had 50 customers.
How much a paper did you get paid?
Yeah, we got paid a penny a paper.
A penny a paper.
Yeah, a penny a paper, believe it or not.
Wow.
With 50 customers, that was 50 cents a day or $3 a week.
$3 a week. Was that big money for a kid like yourself?
Yeah, I felt after a year or so, I was the richest kid in my class.
Really?
Yeah, right.
You delivered a Sunday paper also?
Yes, I had the opportunity to do that as I got older. And I did the Sunday route with Frances Frank, Jean's sister. Mm-hmm. But we had to get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And my mom says, that's your job. Here's the alarm clock. And when it rings, you get up and you walk a mile or ride my bike on Sunday morning. So.
Did that pay any better than a penny a paper?
I was getting $3 a week for that.
Wow. And
Frances offered me, after about 6 months, offered me more money. And I thought about it for a while, and I said, that's enough. And she never offered that again.
You turned down a raise.
I turned down a raise.
Is that the last time you ever did that?
That was the last time, and the dumbest thing I ever did. Learned my lesson.
I bet. Were you involved in any after-school activities, like 4-H or?
Yes, I got to know my neighbors, Snetsners. They lived a little closer than Lee Landmer, And he got me started with 11 tomato plants. My first year, I was 11 years old. And I built in the next year with the family garden. And I bought some purebred chinchilla rabbits.
Rabbits?
Yeah, rabbits, and made my own cages. And they were expensive, I think over $45 or so I paid for those.
So were you in 4-H for a long time?
Yeah, I was in 4-H for at least 10 years.
Did you raise any livestock at all?
I had the opportunity. I always wanted to be a farmer, and I was going into high school, and my dad died at that time, so we didn't live on a farm, so we had a problem. But my neighbor Clarence Stenson says he knew I had a problem before I did. He got together with the full ag teacher here, Jesse Allen, and he was able to find a barn for me, for my brother and I both. My brother wanted to be in 4-H too, or FFA, and we rented a barn for free. Actually, it's the Robinson farm right here.
Oh.
The house, Robinson House, is still here in Lake Zurich.
Okay.
And
so you raised some livestock and you showed it at the county fair?
Yeah. My first project was 2 shorthorn steers. And I raised them for a year and a half, and one of my steers was Lake County Championship steer.
Wow, you get a big ribbon for that,
I
or
got
trophy?
A big blue ribbon.
Blue
no
ribbon?
Trophy this time, no.
Oh.
And after that, I bought 3 purebred Holstein heifers from my neighbor Ed Walbaum down the road. And they was expensive, like $160 a piece.
Wow, that was a lot of money for you.
A lot of money, yeah. So I raised those for 4 or 5 years and sold them. Eventually sold them after I got out of school.
So did you get into farming right away after that, or?
Well, actually, we graduated from high school in 1954. And I wanted to be a farmer, but I worked for Delaware Voling while I was in high school. He lived out in Gilmer. He had a big dairy farm out there. And but I didn't have enough work. My son was my age too, so he didn't have enough work. So I couldn't find a good job for the future, so I used Plan B.
What was Plan B?
Plan B was I went to school. I went to college.
So you went to college before you became a farmer?
Before I went to become a farmer. And the thing happened, I waited until the last minute, and I mentioned it to Stenson that maybe I'll go on to school. And lo and behold, Don's oldest, my friend Don, his oldest brother, was at the University of Illinois doing graduate work, and he found a job for me, washing dishes, and also found my resident a nice place to live.
Okay.
So I stayed there and was able to finish school in 4 years, and I was
And what
out.
did you do when you came back from school?
Well, after I graduated from school, I still had the military to look at. Uncle Sam wanted me to go in the Army, but I applied at Lake Cook Farm Supply right over here, and Walt Vogel hired me and said, "Yeah, come on in, we'll find a job for you." So I worked for him, and I got drafted, and after I got drafted, I went back to him, and I was there for 22 years.
22 years, and
Yeah.
what kind of things did you do for them?
Yeah, I was the head of the petroleum company for the department, and then I worked in the feed and fertilizer divisions. And the last position I had was I was a manager of all the retail stores. We had 8 retail stores. So we
All
covered
in Lake County?
Lake and Cook County. We covered 2 counties. Part of FF Services, big company, Farm Bureau.
So did you retire from there?
No, unfortunately, or fortunately, they can look both ways. I had changed jobs. They got a new manager, and of course, the higher you get up in the ranks, they want their own team. So I had to change positions. My wife didn't want to move. I was married at the time with 3 kids, so she said, "No, we don't want to move." So I listened to my wife this time. And
Were you living in Lake Zurich at the time?
actually, when we got married, my wife's from Barrington and from Lake Zurich, and we merged and we went to Palatine.
In the middle, right?
In the middle. So that's how that happened. So anyway, I was real active while I was with Lake Cook with the Illinois Landscape Contractors Association. And so I got interested in horticulture. And
Somewhat like farming.
yeah, something like farming. So I was past president of ILCA. And I decided to get into that field, and I went to work for Canupa's nursery here in Palatine.
Didn't they just recently close?
They're just closing.
As we speak.
As we speak, yeah. And so I'm invited to the party.
Wow.
And I was there for 9 years, and then after that I got another opportunity to go with Lurvy's Landscape Supply. And they also a big company, big sod, something retail.
Where were they located?
This one was located in Des Plaines, and now they have eight different outlets.
So did you ever finally retire?
Yeah, retired and came to work with Elo Township
the Historical Society. There we go.
All right. So,
well, Dick, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure to speak with you, and hopefully we'll do this again sometime.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.